Yo, what's going on, guys? Bot Mentality here with a Bitcoin analysis and also a trade review. A trade that I took on the ascending wedge slash little equilibrium partial pattern we had setting up there over the past, couple days. That led to some more momentum, and I'm going to go over that today and show you a little bit about what I was looking at and how I traded that and where I think Bitcoin kind of sits right now as we hang over this $7,000 resistance level. And today is, man, what is today? August 29th of 2018. And we're going to jump into it real quick. So you may hear some chomping in the background, and that is my dog Lola. She has a really nice bone right now, and she's tearing it up. But that is not important right now. Let's go ahead and focus on the chart. Okay, so let's jump to the 1 hour. So on the 1 hour, you know this pattern we had setting up, really, I'm going to say from the August 23rd all the way through the 27th. We had this main resistance level I've been talking about there of $6,750. We'll go ahead and throw that in orange there for you guys. And this whole time, we also had the steady grind here, and you can very much see it, of this ascending wedge, right, that was going up in this pattern. You know, a lot of people talked bear flag. I did see a lot of talk about that, and there was at certain points through here where it did look very weak, especially after this double top here. When we saw the first test here, that $6,750 level, second test and a reject, things looked really weak. But just like the previous pattern, over here where I made my last, if you go watch my last video, guys, it's like clockwork, the same thing every single time, okay? Just like this last pattern over here, and I'm gonna draw that for you guys. Essentially the same thing before that last parabolic, the last one I played where I made $500. The same thing happened. We saw essentially that huge double test, right? That double top here, bang, bang. It broke down. Oh no, bear flag. It had a reclaim out of nowhere, a reclaim that came in, it got back over the 12 and the 26 EMA, had some consolidation and broke out. That is what faked everyone out. And the same thing happened on this pattern, guys. Just copy and paste, okay? So on this pattern, look at that. We had that double top, a washout, a reclaim, but this time you had more time before it exploded. You actually had some time to, you know, throw some longs in there and get in on that, which is exactly what I did. So how I played this is I had an entry there at $6,739.99, and then I ended up taking it off there at $6,930. And so that entry, where that looked like, is once we saw that reclaim and that consolidation, I just drew a line, essentially waited for the range to get tighter and tighter and tighter to the point where a decision was going to have to be made, and I could limit my risk to make it as small as possible. So in this situation, I saw us climb back here over the exponential moving averages here, both the 12 and the 26 here on this just 1 hour time frame, hovering right there. More importantly, we had this strong uptrend line all the way through. This strong uptrend line to, you know, we only poked through it 1, 2, you could say 3 times so far. And I was just watching that narrow and narrow and narrow, of course, watching that $6,752 level. Once it got to the point where I knew, you know, we're going to have to break out within the next, you know, hour or two, because of the fact that there was no more room. We were going to break out or we were going to break down. At that point, I went ahead and got long there at the $6,739 level, which is just right in here. Actually, I think I got in right here on this candle because I was in for about an hour. Before the breakout occurred, and then I just set a stop right under this previous pivot low, which was a break under this uptrend line. And what did we get, guys? Again, like clockwork, copy and paste, bam, we had this huge parabolic. I took it off. I believe I was at Walmart checking out, and I checked my phone. We saw the pop there. I went ahead and took it off because, you know, on Coinbase, you can't set a sell and a stop loss at the same time, which is so frustrating. So I canceled that, canceled the stop loss, and went ahead and sold here at the top of this at $6,930. That's my cut. All I was looking for was that parabolic. The momentum that we've seen following this is definitely great. But guys, you can't catch the whole move. You only need to catch your particular piece of the move, and that's what's most important. And so off this trade, I made a couple $100 there. Of course, it wasn't as much as this last parabolic because we had much more range on this one. You know, essentially bottom and top ticked that one too, roughly. But there wasn't as much range, not as much money. But you know what? I'll take it. And so yeah, that's how I traded this this ascending wedge equilibrium pattern. Just look at what happened in the past and keep it moving, guys. And that's it. Now I alerted my entries and exits live in chat about what, an hour and a half, 2 hours before the parabolic. So that's how I traded that. Now, as far as where do I think Bitcoin is heading right now, I don't want this video to be too long, so I want to go ahead and let you know what I'm thinking. So here's the situation with Bitcoin. If you check the Bitfinex long chart here, okay, and the Bitfinex short chart, the issue that we're having here, you know, I know I've pointed this out a little bit, I talked about it a little bit in the previous video, but the main issue is the fact that let me go to the 4 hour. So you can see that the longs, we have slowly been on an uptrend level, you know, 4 hour higher lows along this way. But you can see recently the time when we should be most bullish on the longs are taking profits. We're not seeing an accumulation, a strong, a steady, higher low and tight range of accumulation from the longs. We're not seeing that. However, if we jump over to the shorts, okay, what we are seeing are a steady downtrend, and it's even getting pretty steep right here, a steady downtrend of shorts. This is because essentially the shorts covering, some shorts cover, longs push a little bit, and then more shorts cover, and then longs take their profits. But now that we have this short, not essentially, I don't want to say a short squeeze, but it's really like a really low key short squeeze, because more shorts are pushing to cover. They're essentially, the shorts are causing themselves to cover is what's happening. Most of the pressure, most of this upwards movement, almost all of it, like 90% of it, is all because of shorts covering. That's it. It's not as strong and explosive and as quick as we'd like it to be. You could look at that as a good or bad thing. However, that's what's causing this move on Bitcoin. This steady grind from the 22nd all the way through, looks like up through September, and we're about to hit September now, but through the 29th. That strong grind, that was not longs sitting there and accumulating. That was shorts taking off their positions. If you go check the Google Trends Bitcoin chart, you can go look in there to see how often people have searched the name Bitcoin or cryptocurrency. You'll see that we haven't had any changes, any significant changes. The news for cryptocurrency as a whole hasn't been big for the short term. It hasn't been very momentous for the short term. Hasn't been very positive or bullish for the short term. And so that's not causing any accumulation. So essentially what we have now is a situation where shorts are just, as DJ Khaled would say, playing themselves, right? Never play yourself. That's pretty much what shorts are doing. They're covering and causing their fellow shorters to cover. And that's why we have this move. If Bitcoin was unable to be shorted at all, I suspect we'd be sitting in a very choppy range right now, not going anywhere. Or maybe a very, very slight uptrend that's roughly insignificant, because as soon as we got anywhere strong, longs would just take profits, because there's no hype right now about Bitcoin or cryptocurrency. Now that could change in a matter of a day. We could see some hype come back in, but the telling sign of that would be to keep an eye on these longs. Once we see these longs start making a stronger uptrend, maybe something like this we saw previously, with more consistency in a tight range, then maybe we can start getting somewhere. But this choppy action, as soon as we make a break, up above any significant price level, longs are just taking profits. The only thing that is keeping us going is these shorts. So that's my main focus right there. Regarding alternate coins, keep an eye on EOS, keep an eye on Ethereum. They've been putting in some pretty nice moves. Even Litecoin moved 10% over the past 3 days. Keep an eye on those. I'm not going to jump into them right now. I just really wanted to just go through what I was thinking about the Bitcoin chart as a whole. Right now, over the next, I want to say 8 hours, I'm going to be watching this Bitcoin $7,000 level. I want to see if we can form consolidation on that. Again, if these shorts just keep covering, they're going to cause themselves they're going to squeeze themselves. Whether that's a far distance, I don't think it'd be too far. Definitely, I don't think it'd be over the, definitely over the 7,500. I can't see that sort of momentum occurring there. And let me zoom in here, go to the 15-minute. Yeah, I'm going to go ahead and plot a line here for you guys so you can see my focus. I am focused here on the 7,000. I'm going to watch that over and under. Essentially, yeah. And then below that, the support I'm looking at is 6.9. Pretty much. Those are the two areas I'm watching for right now. We could chop around this for forever. I mean, look at how it took, 5 days for the last ascending wedge to break out. So it could take the same amount of time or longer for this one if we're heading up from here. That's what I'm looking at. I'm not interested in taking a long position here quite yet, but if we can hang around here for the next couple hours, then that could change. That certainly could change, because at that point, the shorts are going to start getting nervous. They're going to start wondering why they're unable to cover, why they're unable to get out of their position, okay? And so definitely keep an eye on these different exponential moving averages. As long as we trend above the 26, I think we're fine for right now. I don't see any issue with that as far as our consolidation. But I'd like for us to continue to consolidate there over the 26 before hopefully we can find some support and curl up. So that's pretty much what I got for today, guys. Just continue to remember to stay focused. Learn to control your emotions and to develop the bot mentality, and learn how to trade like a machine. I'm out of here, guys. Peace.